Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, StrangeNet here. So today I'm going to be doing a little recap on how I find, not necessarily things to be profitable, but how I calculate costs, etc. And this is because people seem to think I do some kind of weird alchemy or I'm some kind of wizard or something, this, that and the other, and it's not. I keep it as simple as possible. And you know, it seems to boggle a lot of people's minds, and I'm not quite sure why it is. And again, I keep it as simple as possible. And a great example of this is, just been looking at pressurized oxidizers here, and to see basically whether it's worth me purchasing a couple of BPOs and going off and making some. So the first thing I do is I look at it in pricing, what it is, price history. So at the moment the volume is relatively low, which is why I've not stumbled into this prior. I've left it alone because the volumes aren't quite high enough for what I want. You know, I'm building in mass, so I need higher volume generally. But again, that's kind of off topic. But so price is relatively stable, and therefore what I will do is I will find the BPO, click in industry, and bring up the industry tab here, and we can see. Oh, I need to install in my favorite place. I'm actually a pirate. Joke. So so we've got the cost here of 1.7 million. Now I don't take the cost from here because that is an estimate, and I think that estimate is worked out over a week. So as you can see, the estimate is actually higher. I want the actual price I will pay buying it off the market right now. So we have 1704720 plus 104449 gives us a grand total after installation cost buying the materials of 1.809 million ISK. So all I need to do now is work out whether that's more or less. Now obviously with the reactions you get 200 of these per batch. If it was a ship, for instance, you would only get one. So I need to divide this by, what's this? 200, which gives me 9,045. So 9,045, we've already established that the sell price is 10,730. So what I need to do now is minus the tax. So if I was to list it at its current price, minus tax, 5.58%, for me, I'd be making 10,000 and so I'm going to minus the 9,045 off, and that gives me a profit per unit of 1,086. So 1,086 times 200. So for every batch, I make 217,000 ISK. Let's have a look. Where was we? I can make, it was 1 hour 22, 1 hour 22, 1 hour 22, 24, so that's, I can make 19 batches per day, which gives me 4 million ISK a day, and potentially I could have up to 11 slots. So, in theory, if I was to buy this right now, ship it over to Tama, do the wizardry, it would come out at making 45 million ISK a day after tax. Yes, potentially I haven't included hauling costs, but it's only 4 jumps and it won't take a great deal of time to move stuff around, or I could use a jump freighter, etc, etc. But either way, 200k per jump, a little bit more because it's low sec. Price will take, I don't know, however much off for that. And that is generally exactly how I do it. I don't go into, you know, if it's, and here's the kicker, and this is the part that seems to boggle people's minds. I don't often buy things on buy orders. Now that's not to say that I don't, but I don't often, and that is because prices can change. This can, you see, it's already changed. The price of this has already gone up. Now, obviously the oxy solvents here are quite pricey, but if I can make a profit by buying the stuff straight off the market, great. If I can then buy the stuff on buy orders, I will make more of a profit from my finished product. And I've been over this before, and that statement is very, very important, because if I can't make a profit by buying the stuff straight off the market, then I am not making a profit from manufacturing. I am making the profit from trading on the buy orders, because it's the buy orders that are making it cheaper for me to purchase the stuff and then turn it into something else. Now, I've said it many times, and I'll say it once more. If I am not adding value to something, I don't do it. So for instance, if this wasn't profitable, at the moment, if I couldn't make a profit on this other than, I don't know, taking this item and putting it in as a buy order, then I don't do it, because I'm not making the profit there from manufacturing. All I'm doing is taking time to go and manufacture it elsewhere, because, and technically, in essence, I'm losing cash as well. So what I want is to make sure that when I buy the stuff straight off the market, that it is profitable at that moment for me to do it. And again, there's a few things we check. We make sure that the price isn't spiked something ridiculous, because obviously that distorts the price and the market and whether I'm going to make a profit, and the chances are that the price is going to tank, and whatever I bought the minerals for, I'm not likely to make a profit on. And that is pretty much it. And again, all I do for this is then scale it up across the multiple accounts that I have. So again, having multiple accounts, obviously it lets me expand the figure. So the 45 million that I'll be making a day, for instance, if I was to do that over, say, 5 accounts, I'd be making 200 million a day. But the point is, it doesn't have to be expanded over 5 accounts. 45 million a day for a relatively semi-passive activity. Obviously, you need the cash, you need to move it, but once you've moved it and done that, and then obviously once you've got the finished product, you need to move it back to sell it. But once you've got that, it's pretty straightforward and nothing particularly out of the ordinary. And this is all I do. Time and time again, there's nothing special, and again, I don't look at external websites for this, that and the other. I do it all myself, and it takes me, I'm going to have to do a video on this part as well, but it doesn't take me a particularly long time. It's you know, it's quick. I know roughly what I'm looking for. I know roughly the areas that I want to look at, and that's it. Rinse and repeat. Find something that's profitable. And this is why often as well, I don't recommend things to go build, because there is no recommended thing. One thing, one item, one set of things to go and build. It's a constantly changing market. The market is constantly in flux. Because, for instance, if the pressurized oxidizers here were always in massive demand and were always making great profit, I'd have 26 alts working on it, and eventually I would crash the market, or someone else would crash the market, or the 100, 200, 300,000 other industrialists would come and crash the market. So this is profitable today, but it doesn't necessarily mean it will be in a week or a month, or it might be. Who knows? Again, that's why we check the markets over and over, looking for these little gems that are just sat there just waiting to be picked at. And sometimes, yes, you have to buy the parts and the blueprints in order to make it work, but again, if you hit it at the right time, you can pay off the blueprints pretty quickly, and then you have the blueprints for the next time it becomes profitable. And this is how you build up your blueprint stack, just by... This is why I have so many, because again, over the years, things that I've built have become unprofitable. I've got quite, I'm not even sure I've got them in my hanger anymore, but I've got quite a lot of capital modules. These used to make me an absolute fortune. I used to make really good ISK on these. Let's have a look now. I haven't used these in years, pretty much. So 35 million, 39 million. Again, same thing as I've just shown, 39 million. We are just above 40 by the looks of it. Oh, 39 million. Now, the problem obviously with these is they are quite expensive. So if I was to put it on at 47 minus tax, always remember your tax, boys. So minus 39 million. So 5 million ISK per pop to build the capital control units in jitter, and it will take me 5 hours. So, well, it's a million ISK an hour. Thank you very much. It's as easy as that. But yeah, that's the general point of it all. But as I say, I cycle through items, which is why I have a backlog of BPOs and the rest of it and other things that I've done over the years. Because, again, it's not always profitable. You can't just sit in one area and just build the one thing and expect it to always be profitable. Some days it'll be worth building like missile launchers. Some days it'll be worth building cynospheres, etc., etc. You know, and this is, again, how you slowly build up the your inventory and have assets scattered across Eve. So, kind of ranty, but I just want to put it out there that, again, I try and keep it as simple as possible, and I know sometimes it probably comes across a bit too simple, but it really is that simple. If it's profitable, build it. If it's not, don't. Find something else. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. If something continues to be profitable, keep building it. Expand upon it and build more of it. If it then turns out that it's not profitable anymore, sideline it. Move on to something else. And again, this is a constant investment of ISK into obviously buying blueprints and materials and stuff and this, that and the other. But sooner or later, it always becomes profitable again. Now, yeah, and it's just, so to say, rinse and repeat. So with that, thanks for your time, thanks for listening. Hope that wasn't too ranty and I hope that helps. Fly safe and I'll talk to you soon.